Bei Dao was born, I think, in Beijing in 1949. He's been exiled from China since 1989. And the main thing I like about him is the way he just creates these simple, strange images that are just full of possibility and very evocative. So I'm going to read a few of his poems and a few of mine. I'm starting with him. This is called Following Thoughts. Twilight rises from the terraced torches on the islands of frontier rivers, a tribe once settled and spread. The earth turned colors, holy words wasting away under rags, a dreamy pregnancy bearing arrows to poison and rupture time. Bitter convulsions, trumpets fell silent, corpses moved about at night through the flood of their spouses' unstoppable tears. White screens opened out and covered the exits to places far off. To the east, that speck of amber lay a glimpse of green shoreline, reeds thick and stricken by the black bright dawn. Fishermen abandoned their boats, leaving like steam. History broke loose from the shore, bulldozed huge wounds through the bamboo groves, and on surviving scraps wrote down only a few words. In a vault, a row of long-burning lamps witnessed the death of bronze and gold. Different kinds of death remain. The death of wheat, thin crashing in crossed swords. Grains once waged war like the flourishing earth. Outshone the sun's light, hot ashes lasting through winter. Cartwheels dropped off, pursuing the path of broken spokes. Ponds buried under sandstorms, and still another kind of death. Gravestones swaddled in soft silky moss, like lanterns smothered or snuffed. Yet a road stays open, that road engraved in the world's first contours, carved across the vistas of death, right to my feet. The dust kicked up above the crumbling forts, puffs of gun smoke hung in the air. I was molded long ago, from frozen cast iron, waiting to step forth, to shout down the sound of thunder, to call our dead out from the howling storms, and let a billion souls below us burgeon into one huge solitary tree, enough to shade us, to make us taste its bitter fruit, now as the seasons break loose. This one's called Nightmare. On the unpredictable winds, I painted an eye, the moment frozen and gone, but no one woke up. The nightmare kept right on into the light of day, flooding through stream beds, crawling across cobblestones, increasing in presence and pressure among the branches. Along the eaves, the birds' terrified eyes froze, fell out. Over cart tracks in the road, a crust of frost formed. No one woke up. Formal declaration. Maybe these are the last days. I haven't put aside a will, just a pen for my mother. I'm hardly a hero. In times with no heroes, I'll just be a man. The calm horizon divides the ranks of living and dead. I align myself with the sky. No way can I kneel to state assassins who lock up the winds. The star holes of bullets bleed in the black bright dawn. Night, theme and variations. Here's where roads converge, parallel light beams like a long conversation suddenly broken. The air suffused with truck drivers' pungent smoke and rude, indistinct curses. People in a line replaced with fences. Light leaking from a cracked door is tossed to the roadside with cigarette butts and tread on by swift feet. A billboard leans on an old man's lost stick, about to walk away. A stone water lily withered in the fountain pool. As the building deliberates collapse, the rising moon suddenly strikes a bell again and again, and the past reverberates within palace walls. Now the sundial turns and calibrates deviations, waiting for the emperor's grand morning ceremony. Brocade dresses and ribbons toss up in the breeze and brush away dust from the stone steps. The shadow of a tramp slinks past the wall. Colorful neon lights glow for him, and all night keep him from sleep. A stray cat leaps onto a bench to inspect the water's trembling mist of light, but a mercury lamp rudely opens window curtains to peer at the privacy of others, disturbing lonely people in their dreams. Behind the small door, a hand quietly draws the catch, as if pulling the gun bolt. That's him. Okay, and these are me. This is called The Thought of You. A sailboat flutters out the back of my heart. Glass wires fan into phosphorus when the wind wraps my brain. Death sounds great bugle blasts amid the flags of spring. As the fall rainy season approaches, wounded lovers appear at the mouth of the forest cave. The dream cannot sustain itself once it grows arms and legs. Dancing amber in the maniac trees, cobblestone water roils and braids down the mouth of the storm drain. At pageant-lined streets, my chest sloshes, blood slaps at my chamber doors. As the fall rainy season approaches, wounded appear at the mouth of the forest cave. With tiny flame-bright voices, they flee carrying the violin and compass. Lunch hour. One block of white clay just exploded into scattered seagulls over the fountain outside. Another war is about to begin, and I'm in love. Aluminum cars gloss by in a watery sun. Helicopters count them. The television in this empty restaurant knows the future. There have been rebel revolts every year since I left high school. There was a line in the room waiting for them when we were born. The drive alone. The shaking street, flesh at night, pleasant this smoke of dead drums, glittered with copper invention of the dawn, wafting to sink in the world's mirror and shadows, in hot springs evening blast, where floss sprays a down nap of milk-wet velvet, where on nightshade hills floating houses flicker out, inscribed in swallowed thickets as the stars. Near and distant orchestras that subdue our screaming fires, melodious and rhythmic as they are a force in events. My life is 10 blue liquids, spilled over 10 clear rings, and hardened until the dirt's hammer breathes them into other workshops on iron oxide, microscopic shores, where long ships storm beneath a mythic jumbled crystal, cadmium, on forts that were crushed to kiss the seas, and on doldrums where our flags run down deep in suffocating groves and out of sparkling cold water senses. Dark silt violence of the city and countrysides growing up through it, and sun-eyed cows and vacuums around planets growing up through the underground fields, and shades of emotion dressed in wet diamond tears. Thank you.